Closer, closer, closer. Closer, closer from the last one. I'm looking for a good vibration.
Alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, might break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those. She saw the stone, you know how that go. Fatality, my diamonds that cold. Versace trunks, I hit my backstroke. Knock on the door, she at the back, bro. All I really take is a little taste. Island girl, blue eyes with a little bass. Here for the thrill, I don't need a chaser. Wanna vibe at a getaway. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, I got the semi-four weight. Don't step out the line like this a probate. You hit the line and try to locate. This for the time, got time for no day. Whoa, too many, I'm going. Too crazy and I got bad ones and they ready. A good time, so now it's into it, we left that. Can't remember anything, but I know we got lit. Good times, live in the moment, feel like summertime. Obsessed with nature, not a world mind. The room is spinning, but I feel fine. Oh my. Chandelier, limousines. Really think I'm seeing things. Read the line. down the mid-between. Yellow light, I gotta speed up. Get home to a cold shower. Need that pronto. Look like a rave at the condo. Heck of a night in Toronto. She said, boy, you in Morocco. Pearl white mention in the top gold. Fill up my cup with the pop, whoa. High off life in the spot, though. Running up the visa, really talking to a real life Mona Lisa. Jesus pieces hanging off the fleecer. So much going on, it's hard to focus on the features. I got too many, I'm going. Too crazy, and I got bad ones, and they ready.
Where are you?
Welcome everybody to Tales from the Lounge. I'm Ron.
And I'm Rhonda.
And this is our buddy Steve. And he's a little nervous.
He's not nervous. He's just a little excited. He's like, that's me. I'm on camera.
Hi, everyone.
You're on the internet. And the internet is forever.
Uh-oh.
We've got an interesting show tonight. We're going to talk to Steve about not only his cigar journey and everything, but watch bands and bird watching.
Yes.
And it's going to be an interesting talk tonight, and we will do that right after this. And we are back. Welcome back, everybody. Tonight we are smoking something a little special.
Yeah.
Something Rhonda hasn't had, and evidently Steve hadn't had either.
Because he likes it.
And stupid question. Do you prefer Steve or Steven?
I prefer Stevie.
Stevie? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Stevie.
No. Next time she comes in, we got to get her on camera. So anyway, we're talking about our newest addition to bar staff here at the Industrial Cigar Company, Frisco, Texas. And we're smoking the 5th anniversary DC cigar. And it is very, very nice. I've had a couple because, that's kind of what I do. So we're going to get into this. You're having an old-fashioned, he's having a Coke, and I'm having an old-fashioned. And I forgot to get you a fresh one when she came back through, so we'll snag her next time she's in.
Oh, no worries. This one's... I should be able to work on this one.
Needs some ices in it is what it needs.
It needs a little bit of liquor in there, but our buddy Steve here doesn't drink.
That is correct.
So you like Stevie as in Stevie Nicks?
Exactly.
Stevie.
Yeah.
Stevie. Okay, Stevie.
More like Stevie Wonder.
All right. Okay. I can rock with that. I can rock with that.
And I'm having an old-fashioned with the Woodford Double Oak whiskey in there, and I'll tell you what, this is going to be a good drink.
And I'm having an old-fashioned with 4 roses.
I'm having Diet Coke.
All right.
That's okay. That is quite all right.
How have you been today, Stevie?
I've been pretty good. Today I had some stuff to do for work, and then I got up here about 4 o'clock, met with a friend, talked a little bit with Busy, actually, about photography for my watches.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
so
he's the person to talk to.
That's right. He is
I
the
take
man.
mediocre photos, but he's an expert.
Yeah, he's the
His
man.
work is phenomenal.
Absolutely. He showed me a couple of proofs so far, the first shoot, and I was floored. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Yeah, he's the man for that. That's the one you want to. If you want someone to shoot your watches, that is the one. He's the man for that.
Yeah, I think any kind of product photography or even event photography.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight, Chris, we are on Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook. At least we should be. I was on Facebook earlier. Let me double check and make sure I'm still on Facebook.
Oh, there's
Hopefully.
multiples.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm sure on multiples.
Multiple feeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. We do.
We do what we can do.
So your friend that came up here, was this his first time ever coming up here?
It was his first time at this lounge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's one of the first guys to talk to me about cigars.
Really?
Yeah, we'd been, he was a 3L when I was a 1L at law school.
Mm-hmm.
And then we both knew my, now ex-wife in common. So, yeah, and I went to his wedding, and he would come up traveling to Pittsburgh for work. He's like, you should really get into cigars. And it got my mind thinking that direction and had me start looking into them. So
Okay. So what did he think of the lounge?
He loved it. He was like, I wish I lived closer.
Oh, he doesn't live in the area?
Yeah, he's over in North Richland Hills. And
Oh,
so
yeah, he's
a little bit of a jog,
it's
yeah.
a little bit of a jog, yeah. I can see
Yeah.
why wifey said, bring your ass home.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think if he said, if I lived closer, I'd be here all day, every day. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard not to be.
Yeah, it's home, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to be. I wish he would have got a chance to see it before the renovation so he can really appreciate what it looked like before. Although it wasn't bad before. Excuse me. The new renovations just kind of like took it to a whole nother level.
Oh yeah, I think when I first came in, they were in the middle of renovations.
Oh yeah.
So it was good to see. It was cool to see it go from the skeleton
was.
and
Yeah.
then
Very
grow.
nice, very nice. So tonight,
Well, and not only that, a lot's changed and a lot hasn't. I mean, this side of the area is pretty much the same except for some cosmetic changes. They redid this room and they put in the hallway and they put up new wallpaper and whitewashed the walls and cosmetic stuff, but the layout's still the same. But the new part is just hands over fist different and better, In fact, I've commented how many people are in the new section as opposed to the old section now, despite memberships and all that other neat stuff. So
today, if you guys are wondering where we are, we're actually shooting in the wind down room today, which is very, very nice. It's a nice space. They really, really have outdone themselves with this space as well. So no wind down today. That's why we're in here.
and there's two major games on tonight. And I apologize for the chat feed. Evidently, because I had to reopen OBS, YouTube and Facebook are not coming through. The only thing coming through is Rumble. I'm a little distracted at the moment. Going to see if I can figure out how to fix those issues. So, watch bands. Tell me about this watch band.
Well, it's not just the band; it's the entire watch.
Okay.
So, I have these manufactured in Switzerland, and when I first got into them, I must have gotten into watches 6 years ago now. And the more I hunted, the more there was one watch in particular I wanted, and it was the one that Magnum PI wore. It's Tom Selleck wore his Magnum PI back in the 70s, and it was a defunct brand called Chronosport. They made a C-Quartz. It was called the C-Quartz 30, and so I tried to recreate it because you couldn't get it anymore. And I realized I could probably break even if I made 100 of them.
Right.
And so that was kind of the beginning of it. Was a small run of 100. Those have sold out now, so we've started branching out and doing other stuff.
Nice. I'm always amazed with your watches. Every time I see you, I always say, "Let me see your watch today. What watch are you wearing today?"
I'm wearing my own today.
Yeah,
so
you got your own today.
Yeah, but I started as a collector, and that kind of led me to working on this as a passion project more than anything else.
Nice.
Trying to make a watch at a really high quality watch that is at a price point most people
can afford.
Yeah.
A nice watch. I mean, you're not breaking the bank if you get it. And that website you told me about.
I generally don't wear jewelry, period. But last year, my daughter made this one for me for my Halloween costume for the Halloween party here, and I liked it so much I started wearing it. And she made me a bracelet to go with it, and then I bought this one to kind of go with my earrings. It's a dragon.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Anyway, but I've never ever worn a watch for more than about a month, and then I either break it or just get tired of wearing it or forget to wear it or lose it or whatever. In fact, I wore a watch for a little while in the military and I lost it in the barracks room. And it was about 6 months before I found it, but I could hear it go off. Periodically, it would beep, every hour on the hour it would beep, and I never could find it. And it wasn't until I tore the bed apart that I found that it had fallen between the mattress and the bed frames. And we lost an anaconda in there one time too.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, one of the guys in the barracks had a snake, and he left it in our barracks room, and it vanished. And it was about 3 months before we found him. He had crawled up onto a 6-foot wall locker and into a stereo box case.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
Or a stereo box cardboard box with all the styrofoam in it. And that was my buddy Garrett's. And what was funny was
No, thank
we
you.
could hear him, but we couldn't place where he was. He would move a little bit and scratch across that styrofoam.
Mm-hmm.
And there wasn't any more than this much room between the top of the ceiling and the top of that box on that wall locker. And he crawled up in it, and we were desperate trying to find him one day, and we pulled the box down, and when we set it down, we heard him. And I went, okay. So
Was he coming in and out at night to eat, or?
he wasn't eating.
Okay.
Ooh,
So, but he was probably a 6 foot, about this big around.
no, thank you.
Yep.
Absolutely not. No, thank you.
Well, they thought it'd be fun one night. They came in and put it in the bed with me while I was asleep. So,
Did it keep you warm?
it didn't bother me. I pretended to be scared just so they could have their fun and then leave me alone. Oh, Facebook has started working.
Hey, Facebook.
Hey, Facebook.
The chat part. So,
Oh, the chat part.
Yep.
Okay. Was it already working like the stream before?
stream's working, but I have a little deal that lets me pull all of the chat from all 3 platforms into one space, and it shows up on the.
Okay.
Do you get a lot of like fan questions while you do the show?
Sometimes, yes. Not as many as I'd like.
Are we on now? Because Lavonda says she can't hear me.
Is your mic on?
Can't you hear anybody else? What is going on with this thing today?
Yep. Mic is on.
Well, it says I'm not live. But this thing says I'm live. Let's see what this other deal over here says.
She says we're not on. And my phone is locked right now, so I can't even do anything.
Did you do the forgetting your
No,
password
you know
thing?
how sometimes when you just put it in so fast a couple times and it just,
Oh, yeah.
just locks you out. That's what it just did to me. I'm only locked out for a minute right now. Try again in 1 minute.
Let's see here. What the heck?
See, the best part about these old fashions is the cherry.
The cherry?
That's the best part about it.
Do you wait till the end to eat the cherry?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Is that the best way to do it? Is that? What's the most customary way to do it?
Either way, I mean, it doesn't matter. You can eat it before or at the end. I like to eat it at the end because it's like a little treat.
That makes sense.
You know, it's a nice little sweet dessert at the end.
At the end.
Yeah, right at the end.
So cherry on the bottom instead of cherry on top.
Right. Cherry on the bottom.
Oh, I guess I could check out YouTube and see if it's on there. Is Tales from the Lounge?
Mm-hmm.
We can make sure it's working.
Bear with me just a minute, folks. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Well,
You guys keep talking and I will figure out what the issue is.
Oh, it's live, yeah.
let's see.
Are you able to pull it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
All
got
right.
it.
Oh, it's live, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Rhonda,
Yes.
double check. No, you're blue over there,
Yeah.
so your mic's working.
I'm blue.
Yeah, I think we were all hearing. Okay, I'm going to post this on.
Get to posting, Stevie.
I'll get to posting. I'll post it everywhere.
You get to
I'm
posting,
going to
Stevie.
plaster it up. Everyone can see it. I'm going to let everybody see it.
He said, I'm gonna let everybody,
Sucker.
everybody see it.
Cool. I'll post it on Instagram.
So how many different lines of watches do you have?
The first line was the C Quartz 300. Those sold out. Right now we have 4 watches that are in the Generation 2. We have the Master Navigator. We have the Big Duck Energy. We've got the SP69, and we have the Seaward. And so,
Big Duck Energy.
yeah.
Okay. How do you come up with these names? They're just.
The Master Navigator is kind of a take on a navigator's watch that's been issued by a lot of militaries.
Okay.
Probably the most famous one right now is the Navigator that's put out by Marathon Watch Company. But those are all quartz, and the old ones are quartz. They've reissued as automatic, and they have a 12-hour bezel, so a pilot's navigator can keep track of different time zones
Oh, nice.
on the watch. So that's the Master Navigator. The Big Duck Energy, I think our symbol is a duck.
Okay.
The duck on there is an S and a Q stylized to look like a duck.
Okay.
So it is a play on BDE, and we like to say you get that when you wear one of our watches.
Okay.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah. And the C word is I'll keep that one secret.
Okay,
But it's
all
like a sea voyaging watch.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Sneaky Pete is named after my friend Pete Perez. He runs a YouTube channel called Chillin' with Watches.
Oh,
And so
nice.
he bought one of my watches in person. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was associated with that podcast.
Oh, see, okay.
Yeah, he contacted me. He was like, I'd like to buy one in person. I was like, okay. And then and then it was spec'd out how he wanted it to be spec'd out. So we
Oh,
did one for him,
nice.
yeah.
Nice. So you can really customize them for people.
Yeah, so if they're a podcaster and willing to have a podcast and put them on or something like that, we'll spec them the way they want, because we have to do a minimum run of 50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not individualized, but we'll do smaller runs of 50 sometimes.
Okay.
If we have someone that'll.
So what does that generally run?
Right now,
If I wanted a Tales from the Lounge watch,
you'd have to order 50 of them at about $325 each.
holy shit.
If you want a
Right.
custom one. So, but yeah, we could. Yeah, so usually it's like group orders and things
Right.
like that if they want
Yeah.
to do something like that. Right now we have those 4 models available though
Yeah.
on the eBay, and I think we're running them at $325 a pop. So
That's not bad.
pretty good deal for the summer.
Nice. Very nice. So you started this watch passion, 6 years ago?
Collecting, I started 6 years ago. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
And
Right when I
then-
got sober, actually.
Oh,
I had a
okay.
little bit more money in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I wasn't spending all day at the bar, so I had to find something
Oh,
else.
you had to put that money somewhere else.
Yeah, I had to fix it.
But you know what? You put it to something positive,
Yeah,
and you're seeing the reward from it.
absolutely.
So when you're drinking too much and you're at the bar all day, you're not seeing anything. You
No, except for liver enzymes going up.
There you go. and God knows, we don't need people with health issues. I mean,
No.
Hey,
This has been, it's been a good journey, and so, I don't know, I'm going to try to get it posted on my Instagram. Oh, we're off to the side. Let's see if I can't. This would be a link, right? I'm not good at internet.
Well, that just makes 2 of us. So your buddy that kind of got you into cigars, what was his name? The one that was just here?
Oh, that's Sean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So he's the one that kind of got you kind of interested in cigars?
Yeah, so I started researching cigars when he mentioned them.
Okay.
And
So you had
so-
never had one before?
No, or I'd
Okay.
had one maybe, when a friend has a kid.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just
Whatever
something
someone
that-
gives you.
special
Right.
occasion type
Yeah.
deal.
Right, yeah, and so talked to him,
Mhm.
and then my first cigar that I sat down to have was with, my ex's cousin was in town from China,
Okay.
and he wanted to grab a cigar, so we went to a steakhouse and
Okay.
that had an attached cigar lounge.
Mhm.
We went twice, and I immediately applied for a membership at the local cigar lounge there in Pittsburgh. So
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, and then I spent pretty much every night there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I moved here, and I came here the second night I was in town
Okay.
in Dallas.
That's-
And I've been here ever-
I discovered the place a couple of weeks after they opened, and it's been my home away from home
Yeah.
for a long while.
kind of been like everybody's home away from home. Everybody that we know and talk to, it's kind of like, this is kind of like their home away from home.
Yeah, that seems right. It's a very family environment, I think.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, everyone's very
Yeah.
friendly,
everybody is.
and the chairs are comfortable.
They are,
Yes, they
aren't
are.
they?
Yes.
Sometimes it just makes you just sit back and
Well, I was joking with her. I
You
was
fall
up here
asleep.
last night, sitting back here, and next thing I know, I realize I'm dozing off, and I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to go home.
because the chairs are just that comfortable.
Oh,
It's the ambiance too, so it really just, I mean, it's just so warm and inviting and just cozy and they really try to make it feel like you're home, but not your home. You know what I mean? They give you that home feeling, but at the same time, you're still in a cigar lounge atmosphere.
yeah, I think that's right. And you don't have to worry about your laundry that's sitting in the corner.
You sure don't. You sure don't.
So, you said you are also a bird watcher. How long have you been a bird watcher?
I've been watching birds on and off for about 7 or 8 years, maybe actually a little longer now. It started with, I went on a bird watching tour on a vacation.
Yep.
Okay.
Where were you at?
I was at Yellowstone,
Okay.
and so I think it was Yellowstone. Yeah, that's right, because it was close to Jackson Hole, and so I was like, I wonder what this bird is. I wonder what that bird is. So I got a little bird manual, and I realized I was terrible at spotting them. And I bought a book called How to Be a Bad Bird Watcher.
That's funny. I love that. It's like bird watching for dummies. But,
That's,
you know.
that's exactly right.
I think that there's books out there for almost everything. Like
Oh, yeah.
everything that you want to know or see or everything.
And there's,
How to
and
be a
the-
bad bird watcher.
That's right.
Like
Who would want to be a bad?
who would
bird
want to be a
watcher?
bad bird watcher?
Yeah, I think when I read the book, it gave me the freedom to not have to know. You don't have to know all their names or know every bird to
Right.
enjoy watching birds,
Yep.
And so I've kind of brought that over into my cigar habit as well. I tend to just ask someone what to smoke every day I come in.
I used to do that a lot till Dave ruined me. She's got a similar story, but on Saturday mornings for Saturday at the shop, I would come in and I'd ask Dave, I said, what am I smoking today, Dave? And he would recommend something. One day he goes, I'm going to ruin you today, Ron. And he hands me an Atabay. He says,
Yeah.
smoke this one. And so I smoked that one. And I cussed him ever since because that set a really high bar on everything else I was going to smoke. But it did give me the clarity to know the difference between a really good smoke and a bad smoke.
So they cannot see us on Facebook.
Well,
Wesley just sent me a text. This is what she sees.
yep. Facebook screwed up. My apologies. Catch us on YouTube or Rumble. Oh,
I think the YouTube's working.
yeah, the YouTube's working. But for some reason, Facebook killed the stream after 2 minutes. Maybe I finally got banned or something. Or maybe it just didn't like my locking the account so often. Oh, they've gotten so pissy about shit all the time.
Yeah, Facebook's very particular about pretty much
Well,
everything.
and I ran into that a couple of years ago. I would, for Saturday at the shop and for this show, it would lock the account out, but it would tell me I couldn't share anymore because I was sharing about 30 different cigar groups.
Okay.
And now they're locking the account, and I've got to go through this whole process to get it unlocked.
Hello? I know we're having issues on Facebook, so we're on YouTube and Rumble.
Well, at least people are trying to watch, so that's good.
Okay.
Suckers.
Bye. Yeah, they're trying to watch us, but they just can't see us on Facebook. Facebook does not want to,
That's why
does not
I've
want
gone
us to
to
be
YouTube
great
and
today.
Rumble.
Facebook
You
does
know?
not want us to be great today.
Did it used to be Facebook only?
A billion years ago. Yeah, I've had this show going about 5 years.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
that's a long. I noticed there's a backlog of them when I start running them on YouTube.
Yeah, originally the show was with me and Chris Pennington, and we were doing a show called Cigar Company Spotlight. And then he moved off, so I got Rhonda, and we changed the show format to What Are You Smoking, and just having a guest every week. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yep. And who we got next week?
Eric Hall.
Eric Hall's next week.
I don't know if you know him, Stevie.
No.
Stevie.
What's that?
I said I don't know if he knows him.
Right.
Stevie.
I don't know Eric Hall. I don't think.
I think you have seen him. You probably just don't know that that's him.
That makes
You'll
sense.
you'll get an introduction. He's in the back now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been smoking cigars?
I started August of last year.
Really?
Yeah.
So you are a new smoker.
Yeah, very new. Still developing my palate.
Awesome, awesome.
And
Are you using a flavor wheel?
No, I don't even know what a flavor wheel is.
Okay.
Oh, let Ron tell you about the flavor
I'd
wheel,
love to know
child.
about a flavor wheel.
You can download a flavor wheel off the internet, and what it is it's a wheel that expands out of different flavors that you can get, and it'll start off like woody, and then the next ring out will have different types of oak, cherry, and that type of thing, and you'll have hay or grass, and it'll have hay, wet hay, and that type of thing, and it will help you identify what you're smoking and what you're tasting. I use it every once in a while. I should use it more, but it will help you develop your palate.
Great tool to have, especially when you're just starting out.
I like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This will be a fun episode. It's kind of like a beginner's episode. You know?
Yeah, but you know.
Now, have you been to the Tales from the Lounge website?
No, I didn't know there was a website.
Oh my God, man. See, nobody knows anything about us. We're lucky we get viewers. If it wasn't for close friends, we wouldn't have viewers at all. But if you go to the talesfromlounge.com, I've got an article that I had to split in two parts because of WordPress. But it's a Cigar 101.
Okay.
And it talks about pallets, vitolas, and how to properly cut one, how to act in a lounge, and that type of thing.
You know, Cigar 101, Cigar Etiquette 101.
I like that.
And it was a lot of fun to write. I need to write more, but I'm lazy. So.
But back to what I was going to say before he rudely interrupted me.
That I was lazy?
That too. I think that even though that you've been smoking for only 6 years, I mean, I've been smoking for like 8, I'm probably 9 now. You always learn something new every time you go into a lounge. You're not going to know everything, and everybody that knows everything does not always know everything. So you're always learning something new, no matter how long you've been smoking or how little you've been smoking.
That makes sense. Yeah, I learn something new every time.
Every time. I mean, I do too. So,
and that's the beauty of this place.
And because everybody is so knowledgeable, and they want to share the information.
Was here, and Darren was here,
Yep.
and Ron Harper, and you get to meet these actual cigar company owners, and have just normal conversations with them, and they'll do Cigar 101s where you can sit and ask them questions from the audience of, you know, what's your blending process, or what tobacco did you use on this particular cigar, and that type of thing. And that's what really drives me and brings me in here, is because I've cultivated these relationships with these guys. You know, every time Jamond, who makes this cigar, comes in, you know, I give him a big hug and tell him hi, you know. We're friends as far as I'm concerned. If he needed anything, all he's got to do is ask. Yeah. And, you know, the first one I had one of these, they had actually put a little too much glue on the band, and it tore up on me. So I sent him a picture. I said, you need to check your quality control, make sure they're not putting too much glue on the bands, because it tore the wrapper off when I tried to take it off. And next time I saw him, he had one waiting for me and said, here's a replacement for that cigar, you know. But I told him, I said, I don't need the cigar, man. I just want to make sure that your quality stays up to snuff and you don't lose some customers over some, you know, badly produced cigars.
But that being said, someone's always going to make one bad one. There's always going to be one bad one in there. But that doesn't mean you're going to stop smoking it just because you got one bad one. So, I mean, but it's nice to know that people are paying attention to that to help you out with your product. But because you had one bad one, I'm still going to smoke it. I'm still going to go buy your steak. I'm still going to go buy your steaks. no matter what.
Especially if they're good.
I know, like this one, like you're
I'm
thoroughly
really
enjoying this
it.
one.
Yeah, I'm having
So
a
now
good
you know
time.
what to look for, and all of the DC line is awesome. Some are better standouts than others, and some of them are gone. You know, he had one that he called the Kermit the Frog, and it's not in here anymore, and it was just phenomenal.
What was the flavor profile on that guy?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
to
but
be
all of
honest,
his
because I smoked so many and so many different ones.
his entire line is really good. He has a
And
he
he's
has
local.
a line, a small line of flavored ones. I'm not a big fan of flavored sticks anyway, so but even that was good. But will I smoke it again? No, because I just don't like flavored. But all his stuff is just really good. Like he hasn't made a terrible stick.
That's cool.
Like every one of them.
So he's a local guy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And
And
I don't know if
they-
have you ever met Jamon?
I have not met Jamon.
Oh wow,
Next
we have
time-
to introduce you to him too.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
super nice guy, real cool, passionate about what he does, and he really cares about his product.
And I'm going to disappoint you guys. I know we've got a beautiful setup here and we're in a beautiful room and everything, but we are moving the Tales from the Lounge show back to my garage. You'll get to see the old tarp back up, and guest will be signing the tarp again. We'll have to have you on again so that you can sign the tarp.
Okay, doke.
Yep.
But I finally got a garage I can shoot out of again, and that will save me some money and
Probably some
go
time
back.
as well, yeah.
Well, and go back to the old way I used to do the show, and you would show up about 6:30, and I would have dinner ready, and we would sit down and have dinner together and chat and talk about what we want to talk about on the show and that type of thing, and then we'd do the show, and then when we were done, we just sat in the garage and finished our cigars or went to the backyard, and Jamon came on the show and decided to turn the show into a drinking game.
Okay.
And if you can find the show on YouTube, which you should be able to, watch the first 10 minutes and then the last 10 minutes. Because by the last 10 minutes,
I wasn't part of that. That was before my time. I was not part of that.
No, that was me and Chris and Jamon, and by the end of the show, it's like, I love you, man, and we finished up in the backyard, and I had to call him an Uber. In fact, I had to call his wife and arrange an Uber because he was too drunk to do anything. And that was such a fun show.
Glad you don't drink.
It was a great show, and what was funny was he's talking about comments from the audience. A lot of it was people going, "What's the name of your cigar line again?" Which is DC definition cigars. Well, the drinking game was anytime somebody said cigars, we all had to drink.
Oh, okay.
And so they were trying to coax us into saying cigars so they could watch us drink more. And I had to admit that I was cheating there near the end because I saw where that was going, and instead of taking full drinks, I was just taking small sips because I knew somebody was going to have to be in charge at the end of the show.
Now you know whenever you play a game with him,
He
he cheats.
He cheats. Yep.
He cheats.
No backgammon with you.
No backgammon with me.
No, he cheats.
No
So-
Monopoly.
So our dear friend Mark, who has a cigar line that's coming out, is going to be featured here at Industrial, just left us some cigars.
Oh, he left us some cigars?
Yeah, they're up there. So
He is such a good
yeah,
guy.
I love me some Mark.
And
Yeah.
we're having him on the first first Wednesday in June.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a phenomenal show. But back to you. What have you learned in the last 8 months of smoking cigars?
I think probably the most important thing I've learned is to smoke what I like. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think when I first started smoking, I was trying to pick stuff that I thought would make the other people in the lounge think that I knew what I was doing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you kind
yeah.
of have that ego tied in,
Yeah.
and you don't want to look like the new guy.
Yeah.
And so, but some of the stuff I was smoking I didn't like,
Yep.
And so,
Well, we joke around here that smoke whatever you want as long as it's not a Gurkha.
Yeah, we don't support that. We don't smoke it.
And
It's
I
not in the
apologize,
lounge.
Nathan. Nathan just found us on YouTube. I was having
Yep.
problems with Facebook. I don't know what
Yep.
the problem is, and it probably would have required me to restart the entire show, and there was just not time to do that. So, but touch base with me. Let me know whether you're coming down or not this weekend, and if not, I need to make arrangements to bring you half a box of Black Ritos. So, what's your favorite cigar so far?
I think so far my favorite has been, it's something called Terra Blanc.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of those the last couple of times I was in.
Have you had an Atabey?
No, but someone said, I think it
Oh.
was, I think actually multiple people have told me one of the Atabays is going to be like that except on steroids.
Yes.
You know, so.
You are going to lose your mind on an Atabey. They
Have you not had an Atabey yet?
I haven't had an Atabay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
they are.
Take your
Delicious.
roll slow and ease into that one, because when you do, it's going to ruin you.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
going to smoke that and go,
Yeah.
how is this so creamy?
Yeah.
How is this so smooth?
It is a really
And then you're
good
going to
stick.
go, what crap have I been smoking up till now? So
That's a little bit of what I'm worried about. I've had a couple of.
Oh, you're gonna be ruined.
you're
I mean,
gonna
I
be
have
running.
several. I have several
But
Atabays at
it
home
will
and
be
in my locker.
something
But it'd be something that
you keep in the back of your
Yep.
mind of, when can I have my next Atabay
Yeah.
/ Byron? And I like the Byrons more than the Atabays, made by the same guy, because they're a little stronger. They're not as, in fact, and Nathan loves those. And he's smoking an Arturo Fuente.
Arturo
and
Fuente.
drinking wine tonight.
Oh,
So,
nice. Red or white, Nathan? I've been very into red wines.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah.
your cigars or just in general?
Just both. Just in general. Sometimes, the other day I was on the patio, which I rarely sit on my patio because I don't like bugs, I don't like mosquitoes, I just don't like bugs. So I would be terrible to go camping. Don't take me camping.
No camping for
No,
Rhonda.
no camping. I just had a glass of wine and a stick, and I was like, oh, this is just so relaxing. I need to do this more often. But then I started seeing the bugs start crawling, so I was like, oh, this is
Nathan
why I
said
don't do
red.
it.
Nathan said red.
Red, nice. Nice.
Give Wesley a hug for me. Give her a big kiss. Slip her some tongue. Tell her it's from me.
Lord have mercy. She don't want your nasty cooties. Anyway.
She don't want my nasty cooties.
I
I ain't afraid of no cooties.
No damn cooties.
I tell you what.
what.
Once you've been here, around here, and don't be surprised if you get approached before around this time next year, after PCA, they get a group together to do tastings for the new cigars that they want to bring in and that they picked up at PCA. And there will be, I sat around a table with eight or nine people, and we're all sharing the same cigar, and it's just being passed around the table. So
Plenty of cooties to go around.
plenty of cooties.
You'll have
to
a
go
lot
around.
of cooties to go around.
Good. I like cooties.
I wasn't part of them cooties.
Oh, it's good it's not COVID time anymore.
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid of COVID.
That'd have been a whole lot of COVID going
I
around.
got COVID twice and never missed a day of work over it. So,
They say that's the best way to get vaccinated is to actually get COVID, right?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Something like
Just,
rather
yeah,
than
just
40
to have
times more
More
effective.
right.
than getting the jab, you know.
Yeah. Right. Good. How you
Good, how are
doing?
you?
Good to see
Welcome
you.
to the lounge.
Good to see you.
Yes. So,
Next time Amy comes around,
Right.
let's get her back in here. Don't just wave her off.
don't just wave her off.
Yeah, I think you've waved her off a couple of
I
times.
have not waved her off twice.
Well, who was it that you waved off?
That was, I don't know.
I think it was Amy. I think it might have been
And then
Amy.
I thought about it. I was like, damn it.
So it was Amy.
No, it wasn't Amy.
One
It
time it
was
was Amy.
It was the bartender, Ben. Isn't it?
Oh, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get Ben in here too if he swings by. There's always room on the show.
Always.
especially for a bartender.
Right. Makes pretty good drinks. Him and Jacob and Riley.
I haven't tested him as well as I have Riley and Jacob. But generally,
Well, hey,
when I
Ben
come in,
remembered my drink, and he remembered what liquor is in there.
But
so.
generally, when I come in, I just tell them to make me something, and they just pull out whatever they want to make. And generally, what I'll do is say, make me your favorite drink.
Yeah.
If they can, depending on if they've got the alcohol available or not. And if not, make whatever you like making most. And then that gives me an idea of what to expect out of a bartender. And I joked for a long time that I would come into a new bar, and first thing I would order is an old fashioned. And if you fuck up an old fashioned, I don't want anything else you're going to make. I'm going to be drinking beer or straight liquor after that, because it's such a simple drink. And if you screw that up, I really don't want to. You can't make anything.
Well, some people in some places make it too sweet or not sweet enough. I mean, you got to get it just right.
Yeah, you can't have it too sweet.
I mean, for a long
what was
time,
funny was,
I didn't like old fashions for a
really?
long time.
Too sweet or not sweet enough?
Yeah, they made it too sweet. My first old fashioned was so sweet, I just was like, I don't want another old fashioned. Andrew! I didn't want another old fashioned ever again. And then just recently, last year, I just been like, okay, I'll have an old fashioned. I'll have an old fashioned.
well, it's been longer than that.
Yeah,
it's been a couple of
yeah,
years.
two.
Because we went to Wild Cigar for their opening. They're in Burleson, another great cigar lounge. If you're in the Fort Worth area, go to Burleson, go to Wild Cigar. And that's Wild with an E, as in Oscar Wilde, which is who it's named after. They have a phenomenal bar out there. And so I ordered an old fashioned, and I asked her what she wanted, and she said she wanted an old fashioned. And then I asked her how it was. She goes, well, I really don't like old fashions. I said, why'd you have me order it? She goes, well, blah, 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 kind of a
No,
look,
I didn't do that. No, I said what I said was, I've had one before and it was too sweet, but I wanted to try another one. And when I tried it, it was super good. I was like, oh, now this is what it's supposed to be like.
Yep.
So I just kept having old fashions that night.
And then I realized at one point, about a year ago, I made that comment. And I said, when was the last time I made an old fashioned? Can I even still make an old fashioned? So I went home and grabbed an orange and some cocktail cherries and went home and made an old fashioned. And I went, okay, I can still make an old fashioned. I can criticize.
Do they have a height requirement for the bartenders here?
No, they're all damn tall.
They're all 6 foot.
Yeah,
6 foot
yeah.
plus.
There is no height requirement, but yes, they are all tall.
But you know what? There almost should be, because they've got the overstock
At the
so
top.
high
Yes.
that even they have to use a little step stool to get to reach it. Oh,
This is really a good steak.
it is a good stick.
It really is. This is my first one. And I think I will go back and get some more.
These are fantastic.
Yeah, this is
And
really
they're,
good.
and they're reasonably priced. Everything that Jamon makes is reasonably priced. I don't want to say that they could easily be at your everyday smoke, but they could be.
Yeah.
They're that good. But,
It's a
I
very
was
good
looking
steak.
for something for us to smoke tonight, and I was like, yeah, we're going to go with the 5th anniversary, because it'd been a while since I had one.
And I had never had one. And you hadn't had one either. So
No.
I think this is going to be one that you're going to add to your collection that you might just keep
Your
picking up too,
rotation.
right?
Yeah, I think this will go into the rotation at this
Yeah.
point.
So what's your top 5 in your rotation right now? You mentioned the Terra Blanc.
The Terra Blanc, the Flanchette. Is it the Flanchette by Aviator? The Aviator Flanchette?
Flanchette.
It's like the little thin one. It's almost.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
there's a Nom something. Nomzite? Is that how you say it?
Which is the German engineering.
The German
Yep.
engineering. What else have I been smoking a lot of? At home, I smoke a lot of those, the Arturo Fuente Exquisitos. They're like little cigarillos.
Yeah.
I like those a lot. They're easy to travel with.
Yeah, they're easy to travel with. Quick smoke if you need to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to be too mad if you have to dump it out because it's
it's small.
It's small.
so-
And I'll
small
tell
enough.
you what as soon as I find another job, I'm going to start carrying I've got a Patoro cigarillos. And I've got about 5 boxes of those suckers that are probably been sitting for 5 years.
Oh, well, they're good and ready.
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
Those things
and
are
I'm
so
gonna start carrying
ripe.
those.
Look, them things are so ripe. They're ready for you to.
I'm gonna start taking those to work, and when I take smoke breaks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I can't get away with what I was doing with at my last job.
No.
And
his smoke breaks was a whole damn stick.
oh yeah,
He was smoking a whole damn stick on his little smoke break. Smoke breaks are usually like,
That's like
I don't know, like 5 minutes,
Yeah, it's
10
like a
minutes
nap.
max, right? He had a whole hour for a smoke break. Then he go take his lunch and shit for another whole hour. He's already down 2 hours. Next smoke break is another whole hour. That's 3 hours he done wasting the company time on smoke break. Well, 2 on smoke breaks, 1 technically for your lunch is not.
I didn't smoke 2 or 3 of them a day, but I would smoke 1. And I usually tried to overlap it with lunch, but
Yeah, I'd always do those. Like I'll take one at 10 o'clock. But they're just a cigarette. But the Exquisitos are pretty good. 45 minutes.
I was caught up on all my work, and I wasn't doing anything but sitting there looking at a dead screen and going, what do I need to do now? And I'm going to go down and have a cigar.
There you go. And that's what he would do. And that's what he would do. Sometimes you call me, what are you doing? Oh, I'm on a smoke break. Oh, okay.
I smoked a lot of those Bessies in a row at one point as well. I got really into
How'd you
those.
like those?
Those are awesome.
Those are so
awesome.
good.
Yep. Darren not only is a class act all the way around, but he is such a great blender, and he is one of the lines that I have never ever had a bad cigar out of. Jamon's one, Patoro's one, Atabay Byron is another one, and the Bandoleros. I mean, if
I
you
used
want
to
a
smoke
good
the hell
smoke,
out of the Bandoleros.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I had a couple of those. Those were good.
Yep.
And then is it Zulu?
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Zulu,
That's another, yeah.
Zulus.
The Lancero one.
Yeah, that's what I had the other day.
That's what I have. I have one in my bag.
And I need
But-
to.
Have you had a Crux Bullenberry yet?
No, I have not.
Shame on you.
Yes. Crux is another one that does not make a
Shame
bad
on
stick.
you. Have you had anything from Crux yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's a double shame on you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we need to incorporate that Crux Bullenberry into your little rotation
My
here.
rotation.
Yes.
Oh yes, it is a
It
phenomenal
is a
stick
nice,
at a reasonable
creamy,
price.
savory
Oh, that
stick.
sounds
Oh
good.
my gosh.
And I can already tell that you like a stronger cigar. So the Bullenberry is going to be right up your alley. You're going to have one of those, and you're going to be turned into Rhonda. And
There's nobody like me and Kevin. We are the Crux Bullenberry.
Are they the darker kind, or are they like a Connecticut?
they make a Connecticut.
They make Connecticut, but this is.
But the Bullenberry is a stronger profile.
Okay.
Very flavorful.
Yeah. If you like this, you're gonna like that. If you like the Bessie, you're gonna like that. If you like all the other ones that you've been smoking, you're definitely gonna like that.
Yep.
That sounds awesome.
You're definitely gonna like that. So you must add that to your
Crux
palate.
Bone Bear.
Yep.
And
She's probably got one in her locker.
I have several.
She's probably got about 10 of them in her purse. Where's your
I
purse?
have several. My purse is over there in that chair.
Rhonda's kind of funny. Rhonda carries like 3 or 4 Ziploc bags full of cigars in her purse at all times.
That's awesome.
Am I lying? No. So when she goes somewhere, she's prepared.
You've got your choice.
Oh, she's got her choice and
Hey.
she is prepared. Tell the story about.
My motto is stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I just stay ready.
That makes sense.
Because
So
I
tell
never
the
know.
story about the conversation you had the other day with somebody. Was it a relative talking about cigars? And you started pulling out bags out of your purse.
Who was I talking to?
I think it was a relative.
I don't know. I'm old. I don't remember. But I will do that. They're like, oh, we'll start talking about some steaks. Oh, you got this, you have that, you want to try this, you want to try that? And I'll just go in my bag, and I'll pull one bag out first. I'm like, I don't want to smoke this. Have you had this one? And then I'll put it down, and I'll pull out another one. What's in that one? Oh, how many sticks you got in there? I'll just be like, no, I don't want to smoke anything else. And I'll go put out the other bag.
Oh, you
Like,
got
okay.
you
Yeah.
got a rotation in your purse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I just never know what I want to smoke. So I just make sure I have a little bit of everything.
That makes sense.
You know,
By the way, I
nothing-
love your shirt.
Yeah, nothing wrong
I
with
think I
having a
got
little
one
bit of everything.
exactly like it.
You
Me or
probably-
Rhonda?
You.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. What do you have on?
Oh, I have a
Oh, a Tales from the Lounge.
beautiful
Yes.
day in
Oh,
Maryland.
so do you.
Yes.
Another beautiful day in paradise.
They're just
That's
different
my
colors.
motto.
That's his motto.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Evan made the design, and
Yeah.
we threw it on T-shirts.
And
And
there we go.
you can buy those off the Tales from the Lounge website.
There you
Oh,
go.
really?
Yep.
Yes, you can. And you can also buy wine glasses. You can also buy whatever, actually.
Yep. Got mugs, and
Everything.
I've got a coffee mug that says Tales from the Lounge on it. Got a couple of those.
So back to me staying ready so I don't have to
Yeah.
get ready. So that's why I have a bunch of stuff. And I also have several lighters.
That's
Sometimes a
good,
couple
yeah.
of cutters in there. But
I
when
was-
one lighter goes out, I just reach in my bag and get another lighter.
I was joking with the guys the other day because he was talking about lighters and having lighters and cutters. And I was in the car, and my main lighter at the moment is this Panda cutter and lighter, and it was empty. And I was in my car. I've got 4 other lighters in my car. All of them were empty. And I-
See, the key is when you empty, if you're gonna empty one, you go and you reach for another one. You got to make sure you refill the empty one so that way you
So
can put it
I
back
spent
in
the
your
next 10 minutes, because I carry a bottle of butane in my car,
filling up all his damn lighters.
I spent the next 10 minutes filling up all those lighters. So I would not be unprepared again.
That's awesome. Oh, one thing I learned is you have to get the air out of your lighters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta
Yes,
bleed it.
you gotta bleed
Yeah,
them.
You gotta
Yeah.
bleed
Yep.
it. Mm-hmm.
Important
Yeah.
lesson.
Yes.
See, I don't fill my lighters. I just hand them to the guys and they take care of that.
Well, I had
That's
Josh
good.
fill this
Because I
one
actually
before
don't
the
really
show.
know how to.
Oh, really?
I kind of know how to, but don't really know
You just
how
kind
to.
of just shove the thing
Yeah,
in.
but
Well,
That's what I had them
let me
for.
show you one of the best things I bought on Amazon.
that's what I had them for. So.
Oh,
you know,
I don't
need,
have it.
I need my lighter filled. Can you fill my lighter, please?
I
Thank you.
bought a bleeder off of Amazon that goes on my keychain.
Oh, that's really
Mm-hmm.
cool.
And yeah, it saved me many a time because, well, like I said, I was in the car, screwed the top off the bleeder, bleed everything out, filled it all up. I think my butane tanks can is getting a little low, so I'll need to replace that here soon. But you know, when I moved, I realized I had 4 cans of butane.
Were they all like half used?
No, a couple of them were almost full.
Okay.
Oh,
But
see?
I had to buy one at Tobacco Junction. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because they would refill your lighter, but you had to buy the butane to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? You know, most shops will just, you know, they've got butane behind the counter. And
They'll just go ahead
they'll
on
fill
and do
them.
it.
So I bought it and
But they're, you
refilled
know,
it myself. But
here, if you need your lighter filled, they're just gonna fill it for you.
Yeah, they just do it here.
Yeah. I mean, I've given them 3 lighters at a time. Can you fill these up?
I have to bring my collection of lighters
You
in.
see? Pretty collection
well,
of
you
lighters.
know, and when you show up for events and stuff, and you buy cigars at events and specials, you know, they'll do like, you know, buy 3 sticks and get a lighter, or a lighter cutter combo type stuff. And so I have a bunch of lighters, you know. In fact, Bandolero used to come in a metal tin, which
Yeah.
was really cool. And I've got one of those emptied that I put all the cutters and lighters in that I've got.
Okay.
I've got probably 15 cutters, and
Oh, man.
you know, all of them are straight cut because that's what people give away at, you know.
Yeah. I like, me
But I've
personally,
got-
I like a V cut. Sometimes a deep V cut, sometimes a shallow V cut. But I prefer a V cut.
Do they have different cutters for deep or shallow, or do you have to just measure that yourself?
You
Yeah,
have to measure that
just
yourself.
measure it yourself.
And see, the other
Yeah.
thing I like about this one, I won this one at an event, and it's got a V cutter, and it's also got a punch on it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I don't use the punch. I very rarely punch one. But I kind of have a general rule. 42 and below ring gauge, I'll straight cut, and anything larger than that, I'll V cut. But that's just a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
What's the difference in the cuts? The lower or higher
Change of airflow.
airflow is the difference?
Yep.
Does the airflow change the flavor profile?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it will hit differently in your mouth.
Okay.
In fact, if you take a torpedo cigar and you slant cut it, if you hold it one way, it will drop the smoke right on your tongue, and if you turn it around the opposite direction, it hits the top of the roof of your mouth and circles back, which actually cools the smoke down a little bit.
Okay.
By the time it reaches your tongue.
See, learning something
I'm
new.
learning something new,
See,
yeah.
learning something new. Mm-hmm. You
I'm-
learned a lot of new stuff today,
I
haven't
know,
you?
lots of stuff. That's why they were doing that with the Bessies. They were slant
Yeah.
cutting my Bessies.
Yeah.
Yep.
For that
Okay.
for that particular reason.
I got it.
That's why.
For that particular reason. Those damn
And
Bessies are
it
so
opens.
good.
As you know, the main reason you're cutting it is to provide a draw path, and the bigger the cigar, the more of a path you need. For a long while, they make a tool called a draw tool, and if it's actually rolled too tight and you can't get a draw, you can use the draw tool to go in there
And turn it.
and turn it
Turn it
and
a
create a
bit.
hole
And pull it out.
to pull through.
Yeah.
And I got the bright idea that I was going to do nothing but the draw tool. Well, what I found is that as you are drawing it in, the tar is being pulled down to the bottom. And near the end, depending on the stick, you'd get a mouthful of tar.
Okay.
And that is
Yeah.
nasty. Oh my God. So I quit
I
doing
done had
it.
that problem
I quit doing
because
it.
I don't use the.
Draw tool.
Don't use the draw.
But I wish I had one in Cuba. 'Cause
I've had one, and
I've got one.
miraculously it just disappeared, and so I have no idea where it's at. So I
It's
just
in
don't
your
use it.
it's in your closet somewhere, I'm sure.
I don't think so.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ben.
Come around here, Ben.
He gonna put you
Back
on.
here.
He gonna put you on. Yeah.
Oh,
He gonna put you on camera.
this is
yeah.
our newest addition to the ICC staff,
This is
Ben.
Ben.
Look at over there.
Oh yeah.
Look here. Just look wherever. Say hi to everybody. He has so far been a great bartender. You've only been here, what, 2 weeks now?
A
No.
little under.
A little under 2 weeks.
Came on first Friday, so
Well, it's
just
been,
under 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks Friday.
yep.
See, and you already got my drink down perfect.
Yep.
The first, and it was busy that first night too.
Yeah.
It was super busy that first
I
night.
don't know
So
where to stand.
no, you're
I
fine.
don't trust that
You're
now.
fine.
What do I do with my hands?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you wanna do.
Yeah.
Within
Just
reason.
as long as you do it above your waist.
So we were just talking about like, he's like, so he goes, is there like a height limit for the bartenders
How tall are you?
here?
Oh goodness, I'm almost 6'6".
Yeah.
Holy
Cause
shit.
Shoes on, I'm definitely 6'6".
yeah, because like everybody's so tall.
Well, worry about Amy. She's gonna have a tough time reaching that base.
Yeah.
Well, is she gonna be?
Yeah,
a
no, I think
backup?
she's gonna be fine. She's gonna fit. She's gonna fit right in. Yeah, she's gonna fit right on in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
check on everybody.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you
Ben.
very much, Ben.
Thank you so
Don't
much,
worry
Ben.
about everything here. I'm gonna go around.
All right. More great staff. Once you've been here a little while longer, we'll have you on the show.
Okay.
Yep, definitely for sure.
Thank
Thanks,
you, brother.
Ben.
So when
Yes, he is 6'6", Nathan.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
Make you feel kind of short, don't it? I know.
know.
I'm a little midget. Hey, I'm not short. I'm a midget.
yeah, I'm like maybe average.
Yeah, I'm a midget.
So why does more tar build up with the draw tool than just a regular cut, for example?
Because you're creating such a small tunnel that you're pulling it through.
So it's all getting on that tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you weren't making lots of holes with your draw tool.
No, just
No, it's just one.
Okay.
Because when you
just
pull
make
it, when you
one.
push it in there, and you want to twist it, and then pull it back out.
Does it pull tobacco with it or no?
Yes, it
Yeah.
pulls a little bit of tobacco with it,
Okay.
which helps the airflow.
Yeah,
Like I said, I don't really use that tool. I used it one time, and like when I first started smoking, I just didn't like it. I discovered the V cut, and that was it. I've
Yep.
just been on the V cut. Like the cutter
But you
that
know,
I
I
let you
was-
use,
when we went to
it's
Cuba-
both sides. It cuts V or straight.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can flip it
Yeah.
over, which one,
When
whichever you
we
want.
went to Cuba a few years ago, almost every stick I smoked was rolled way too tight, and was like trying to suck a milkshake through a small straw. And I wished I'd have had it then, but I didn't take it with me that trip.
Yeah. Always something new, though. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Always something new.
Yeah, I just use my watch tools.
Hey,
Yeah.
if that works,
Yeah.
that works.
Your watch tool?
Yeah, I use like strap tools to pull the spring bar out.
Okay.
I use that to bleed because it's like a little forked.
Yep.
Yeah, you can.
And,
Look, if it works, fine.
use
If it
it.
ain't broke, don't fix it. Use it.
Okay.
I mean, because really, you only need something really thin to bleed that out anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So if that works for you, there's no need
I
to go
always-
buy a bleeder tool for cigars.
Okay.
Well,
that works.
I used to use a small Phillips head screwdriver, but I was always worried I was going to push it too hard and widen out the hole so that
Yeah. Yeah, especially with the Phillips head because it's gonna
Yeah.
split
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
End up looking like.
Well, and when you try to put the butane back in, it's not going to work properly.
It won't fit. Yeah, that makes sense. This is really good.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you don't drink because that's what I joke about the advantage to coming on the show is you get a free cigar and you get a free drink.
Oh. Yeah, I've only gotten free Coke so far.
Just only 3 Cokes.
Free Coke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
free Coke.
Free Coke.
That's okay. That's
The
okay.
drinkable kind, not the snortable kind.
Yeah, exactly. They don't offer that here,
No, they do not.
as far as I know.
They
I
would
don't-
probably throw somebody out if they
I
caught them
think
doing
they
that.
probably would. It's a family atmosphere.
Yeah.
Well, do they allow
Well-
kids in or no?
Here?
Yeah, probably not.
No.
right?
No, this is really not the place for little children, little minions to be.
Yeah, hanging out.
Yeah. I should call them little humans. That's what I call them. Little humans to be running around and no. But I think like if you're just picking up something and leaving, I don't see that there'd be a big problem because really you're just picking up sticks and you're walking out.
But you know
you're
what?
good.
With the new area and the new public area, and the fact they serve food, if you want to bring your kids in to eat while you have a cigar, I don't see any problem with that whatsoever.
Well,
Especially now they got the hot dogs. Oh,
Yeah, we don't see any problem with it, but they may not allow
well, that's
it.
a personal. Oh no, they would allow them.
I would ask first.
I brought Trinity in probably when she was 17, and
She's 17. How old is your kid?
He's 8.
My point.
bring your
exactly.
8-year-old, get him a hot dog while you're smoking your cigar. He has a hot dog.
That's true.
And then
Like I said,
you go home.
I would ask first.
You'd ask first. Okay. Yeah, usually what I do is when he has soccer practice over here,
Yeah,
I drop him off at soccer practice.
and you just
over
come on over here and have your stick, and then pick him back up.
Exactly.
Well, do you know
Just
Mark
as-
Rogers?
I don't know. Well, maybe.
We'll introduce you here in a little bit. He's big into the FC organization over there,
Oh, cool.
and his kids are in soccer as well, and he does the same thing when he can. But half the time he's somewhere else, with games and stuff. So during
Okay.
soccer season, we see very little of him.
Yeah, they're very serious about their soccer over there.
Oh, they're
Oh,
very, honey, they're very serious about soccer. Period. Here in Texas,
Yeah,
the football and soccer.
those are the big sports.
Yeah, yeah.
I was very surprised at the development level of the soccer players here. I was like, wow, these dudes
Yeah.
are good.
Yeah, a lot of them play club.
Yeah.
And for 4th of July, you need to be here.
Yeah, because everybody comes and you can see the fireworks from
Oh,
the back.
from
They
the
do
Yeah,
the
from the
firework
back.
display right there at
Okay.
the
Yeah.
soccer fields, and we just sit in the back
And just
and
watch,
watch it for free. And
That makes sense. And then for the games, sometimes it's good to come here first.
yep.
Yeah.
And then you can just walk over to
It's,
the
yeah,
stadium.
walk up to the stadium. Yep.
Come over,
That's true.
have a couple of drinks and a cigar, and take the cigar
Yeah.
over with back over
Smoke
there
while
with
you're
you.
walking,
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I came here after the last game.
Oh, see?
Yeah,
There you go.
hung out.
I mean, it's centrally located. Like, it's perfectly. It's in the perfect spot. It's you get too drunk, you need to go. You need to sleep it off. There's a hotel over there.
Yeah.
You want to play some pool? There's the pool hall right next door. If you injure yourself, there's the doctor's office
That's
right
right
there.
there.
Okay? If you're hungry, you want some Mexican food, there's what's that? Blue Goose over there.
Yep.
If you want some cookies, there's Cookie Society over there, down the way too.
Nathan wants to know the shirts we're wearing. They
Oh.
are Tales from the Lounge, Another Beautiful Day in Paradise shirts.
Yep, and of course mine is purple.
And he also says you don't eat kids, so you bring your kids over to eat. You don't eat the kids. So
I guess you could.
push comes to shove, you know.
Hey, if you're in a desperate times, honey, so
Yeah,
call
you
to
never
that.
know. Yeah.
Zombie apocalypse.
If it's me or the kid, it's gonna be me. Sorry, kid. Sorry, little human.
I used to joke with my kids. I was fattening them up for emergencies. You know.
That was a story, right? Like Hansel and Gretel, which she was fattening up the kids to eat them, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember,
Wow.
kids, don't talk to strangers,
there you go.
especially ones with candy houses and
Yeah.
big ovens.
Oh my gosh. Well, Steve, aka Stevie, it was very nice to have you on the show. We got to learn about your watches,
Yes.
your cigar journey. I hope that you keep it up. There's so much more in there that you need to try. And the
And one
next
thing we
one needs
didn't
to be a
touch
crux.
on too much was the bird watching.
Yes.
What's the most interesting bird you've spotted
In this area or in general?
in general?
I don't know. I would say my favorite is actually I saw an Egyptian goose the other day, and that's
Oh.
probably those are kind of been introduced to North America. They're not endemic here.
Right.
But you can catch those right now in this area doing some migration.
Yeah.
So I was floored to see that, and I was like, that can't be what I think it is.
Yeah, and it
I
was.
looked it up on my little app, and I was like, oh wow, that's. So this is a great spot.
Yeah, there
for
is
bird
an app
Yeah.
for that. You know,
Yeah.
there's an
There-
app for
there's an
everything.
app for every damn thing. There's a book for everything, and there's an app
Yeah,
for everything.
Yeah, Merlin. I think it's called Merlin ID.
Oh,
And so you just start typing in, well, what about size was it? And then it'll
Yeah.
show you a bunch of birds from different angles. And
Oh,
is it this
wow.
one? Is it this one?
So do you find that the birds here are a little more interesting than the birds in Philly, right?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
You'll see a lot of the same ones, just different times of the year because of
Okay.
migration.
Because I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but you'll see. So what's nice here is that we're close enough to Mexico where you'll start seeing tropical birds.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Every once in a while you'll see a cuckoo up here
Uh-huh.
or a caracara.
Okay.
My favorite's the red-winged blackbird.
Those are gorgeous.
And at the apartment complex I used to live in, there was a big park area out there with several ponds, and I would see them all the time out there. And I'd love to see them. They're such pretty birds.
What's that trail? Is it the Sewanee Trail or Shawnee Trail? Runs right through Central Plano, and there's some water, and it's a great place to
All right,
check out birds.
Ooh.
check that out.
Yeah, you got time. Might as well.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully if Nathan comes in this weekend, I'm sure you'll be around. I'll get to introduce you to Nathan.
Very cool.
He's from Longview.
Yeah.
Really cool guy. I've known him for 30 plus years. My brother from another mother.
His other half, Wesley,
And
she is a doll.
and they're super great people. But we did a show.
He talk
in
about Nathan
Longview.
all the time because they've been friends forever. But I gotta give props to Wesley too, honey. That's my girl. I mean, you can't keep leaving her out. Cause without us, there's no you.
But he's been smoking for a little while, and I gave him a Black Ritos the first time I got a chance to, and it just blew his mind. So if you haven't had a Black Ritos yet, you need to grab one.
You need to at least
While they
try
still
one.
have them. If they
I don't
still
know if they
have
even have anymore.
They had a few last week. Everybody who had ordered, wanted some, ordered them, and they had 2 or 3 boxes left.
Okay. Well,
that
they
were
might be
offered
in there.
public.
But before you leave, you must grab a Crux, or if you're going to come back tomorrow, you must grab a Crux Bull and Bear.
I will do a Crux. Yeah.
And Nathan says, she's all right.
No, she's
Talking
more
about
than all
Leslie.
right.
Oh. Well, thank you
All right.
again for being
Thank
on the
you
show.
guys. This was
And
awesome.
if you need anything or have any questions or anything, you're definitely in the right place to ask. If you've got tobacco questions, ask Nathan. He evidently knows more than anybody else here. Dave and them will say he's the expert on tobacco.
And if you need your lighter fixed, he is a master at them.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes.
He's fixed several lighters that I've had that just they quit working for some reason, and
Nathan got the magic hands, honey. He can fix any lighter. I'm just putting it out there. He can fix any lighter.
so
Very cool. Yeah, thank you all for having me on. This was great.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that
Yeah.
you wanted to come on here.
Yeah, me
my
too.
apologies to Facebook people, but Facebook is Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need anything out of us, don't hesitate to give us a yell.
Will do.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye.